Are we live? It would seem we're live. I have no idea how well the stream is coming through. Oh boy. Hello everyone. Welcome back to yet another live stream. This is either going to be a ginormous embarrassment on my part in the sense that I present myself writing mediocre writing that is not going to be good nor hold up, or alternatively, I'm going to write something that's pretty okay and does work in the context of a video. See, the thing about me is that I release so many videos, but I also don't. I have a lot of videos that I've made and then simply didn't do anything with. And I'm deeply ashamed of those videos. So I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Either way, the reason why I'm doing this stream today is because what I'm trying to do lately is to up my confidence level when it comes to doing things on YouTube. So I thought, what better way to do that than to literally release a stream of me writing, which to me is like one of the most sensitive things that I could do. It's like, oh God, if someone sees me write something bad, I'm going to have a fucking aneurysm or something. It's one of those things where I'm so embarrassed over when I make something that's written badly, but then I also feel a great sense of pride when I make something that's actually written good. So this could be something. Who knows? Oh. I'm okay. So the way these always start out is the first sentence. I always need to figure out what the first sentence is going to be, and then I just go on from there. Mm. Mm. Our investigator. I was gonna put the main office of the head of robotics. That just sounds like a weird sentence. Waltzed into. Hmm. He waltzed into the main office of the head of robotics. But yeah, that sounds fine. Whatever. Ask him about a case. When pressed for information about the humanoid Type 3 robots, uh, Cybernoid. Sir, this is something I do as well. I constantly misspell things. Okay, I don't like how I used idealistic twice, so I'm going to use idyllic because it's kind of like a word substituting dull and stuff. How do you spell saccharin? I'm pretty, yes, okay. Everything she, oh, I meant to spell says here, has simultaneously would work better here. They portray the viewer's desires for anime and for what is typical for anime. I don't like the sound of this sentence. This is, in this anime's world, they portray, I say anime 3 times. That just, that, this sounds weird. I don't like how this sounds. They portray the viewer's desires for anime because, like, it's redundant to say that it's the viewer's desires if you're simultaneously going to say that it's typical. You're just saying the same thing twice, you know? They portray the viewer's desires for anime. They portray, in this anime's world, they portray anime as being the lifeless, I'm trying to think of a good word here. I have a let's see. I'm the lifeless. I know I have this word. I don't know what it is. I don't want to put vessel. There's another word for vessel that I'm trying to think of. It's like right off the tip of my tongue. Fuck. Lifeless. Lifeless. Now I'm Googling this word. I'm trying to. I think if I just look through enough synonyms, eventually I'll find the word that I'm looking for. Oh, God. I could just use the word carcass. Fuck this. Okay, I'm not going to search through as being they portray anime typical characters as being the robotic carcass of does that word really work there though? I should actually just use lifeless as being lifeless. Oh shit. I dropped the mic off of the desk. This is the most boring live stream in the entire world. I'm just literally writing a script. That's all I'm doing. I'm thinking of a word like hucks. I don't I can't think of what word I'm thinking of. I'm gonna get stuck on this. This is what I do sometimes, is I'll know that there's a word that I'm supposed to use here, and then I'll fucking forget what the word is, and I can't remember. I can't fucking remember. Is being lifeless. You know what? I'll just put lifeless hunks of metal made to serve our. Now, I've kind of already made that point. Anime has a tendency of commenting on itself in this way. As anime has grown as a medium, its audience has only shrunk. Now, of course, that's not true in the number sense. I only mean this in the niche sense, so I need to find a way to express that. Is anime... I don't think this works. As anime has grown as a medium, its audience has only become more niche. Okay, yeah, niche works better. I don't think I should. This. Hmm. Huh. Hmm. This. Hmm. What word should I use here? Uh, yeah, I guess indulgence works the best there. I had a word that I wanted to use. I had a separate idea that I forgot. This is the thing, that my memory has gone to shit now, that I can't remember like anything as I'm as I'm writing. Normally I'll have like 5 different ideas going on that I want to write at once, and now like I can only do one thing at a time because I just forget everything so fast. This indulgence in what makes anime unique is uh, implicative? I guess I could use the word implicative there. Is implicative of a how do I describe this idea? Fuck. See, this is what happens. This is what happens to me sometimes, is that like I'll sit down and I'll try to get the words together, and I'll get so frustrated because I don't know what the next thing I'm supposed to say is. I don't know, how exactly I'm supposed to describe this next point. And it frustrates me to no end because I know it's there. Like I know there's a point that exists here. I don't know how to describe it. Oh god. Did I have an energy drink today? I have not had an energy drink today. This is just how I am sometimes. Uh, I've drank a little bit of soda, but not much. I don't actually drink energy drinks. That's the thing, is that like part of me thinks I should, but at the same time I've heard so many horror stories about them to the point where get out of here secular talk notifications. Um yeah, to the point where like I hear people tend to not be able to function properly when they've had so much of an energy drink, just because it does stuff to their body. I like that one that PewDiePie advertised, G Fuel, I think it's called. I heard that one's pretty good, but I haven't had the time to look into it. Okay. Back to trying to figure out how to write this sentence. Ah, God. mm. Mm. Is implicative of a a hmm of a the medium embodies. See, this fucking writing here, like I'm using I'm saying so much, like I'm making the sentences so much longer than I feel like they need to be. Like I sit here and I write something down, and I'm just trying to figure out how can I make this sentence as short as possible. And like it's just the words don't come sometimes. and it frustrates me to no end when I do that, because like I want the words to come out and they don't come out. um Reaction images were almost a social currency. That's a very weird sentence. Like, it makes sense because the guy who has the best reaction images was thought of to be like the best guy on the forum, but it's just like that sounds like such a weird thing to say. Reaction images were almost a social currency. I swear to God, I talk like such an idiot sometimes. Like I use all of these like weird terms, and I talk in such a like roundabout strange way where like sometimes I wish I could just say things directly in a simple way, but the words just don't come. The words don't come otherwise, you know? Uh, I'm gonna write something in the chat because I don't even necessarily know if I'm coming in right. How are y'all doing today? Yeah, because I don't want this entire stream to just be me complaining about the fact that I don't know how to write. Um, you know, if you guys want to ask me questions or something, go ahead. Uh, how do I describe this idea? Because like I'm trying to describe how dedication can feel good when you're dedicated to something that you really care about, and like how that. How do I put this into words? This is very hard for me sometimes. Like I'll just sit there, you know. I'm normally normally on scripts I'll just do it stream of consciousness. I'll just start the first sentence and then the rest is just out. But on some of these scripts, it's harder for me to do that. Like I have to really sit down and think about it, you know? My friend Drunken Ninja 98, he watched me basically bang out this entire script for my Pussycat video, my review of that short, and where I kind of like tied it to the idea of like scores and what I thought of scores and what they meant and stuff. And like I wrote that entire script in like 35 minutes. He watched me do it. But then there's certain scripts that I spend like 4 or 5 hours on just trying to figure out single paragraphs, you know? I'm so inconsistent when it comes to writing, man, I tell you. Shields Brad says I'm good. I'm glad you're doing good today. That's positive stuff is good. By understanding each intimate Log Horizon. Oh, he's uploading them there now. I assume his main channel got terminated. By understanding each intimate reference, it was as if... What was it as if? This is the part that I'm trying to figure out. How do I describe this? It was as if you were... sending... into... to some... What are your thoughts on Bennett the Sage? I don't even know who Bennett the Sage is. You have to fill me in on this. Is he like one of those like anti-SJW people? This is just an assumption. I don't actually know. That sounds like an anti-SJW to me though. Maybe a brony. I have no idea. Yeah, if you could give me like a brief summary, because I don't keep up with enough YouTubers to know all of the hot goss and all of the drama, etc. That doesn't. I don't like that sentence. Because I'm saying it's a feeling hard to put into words, but the entire point of this video is to put it into words. It's kind of a useless sentence, you know? It was as if you were ascending into something bigger than these shows. You understood anime. You were anime. You felt. So how do I prove? Because I say, but this wasn't merely a contest of dick measuring. It was a testament to dedication. So what I should seek to explain is how dedication is important and how it feels. I shouldn't I shouldn't dwell on explaining that part. I should explain why the dedication felt good. Something bigger than these shows. You know what? I can cut this sentence out too. I don't really need this sentence. All I need to do is explain why dedication feels good. I wonder how many people are watching right now. 3 viewers. Oh, 4 viewers. Oh, 4 people are actually watching this. Jeez. I feel so cringeworthy because all I'm doing is just complaining about my own writing. All right. He isn't really big stuff, just some guy who made anime reviews off of Channel Awesome, labels himself as an old taku. Actually think he made a vid on Armitage. Huh. I've I've never watched this guy before. I'm not a huge fan of Channel Awesome. A lot of their content, like I they're just way too heavy on skits and stuff, and a lot of the skits I feel like go on too long, or they're just not usually that funny. I liked some of Yezu Otaku's videos. I think she's a he now. Like the his fucking. It's so hard for me to say that. Like I try to when I think of Yezu Otaku, right, I think of her videos. You know, I because she was a woman when she made videos all that time. So I have to. It's like I have to mentally rewire my brain. Fuck it, she was a she. I'm talking about old Yezu Otaku. All right, you SJW liberal feminists, don't come breaking down my door. Because I'm. This is past context. God damn it. I will not have this. But no, like I liked her videos because I don't know. She even like the skits. I feel like they didn't go on too long. And she had pretty good taste. You know, they were fun to watch back then. Um, who was there was this one guy on Channel Awesome. I think he was part of Channel Awesome. I Todd in the Shadows. I think he used to be part of Channel Awesome. I don't actually know, but he's good. Um, Never been a huge fan of Nostalgia Critic. When I was in middle school, I thought he was pretty funny, but like after that point, I never really liked his channel. Linkara is fucking terrible. I really, really hate Linkara's videos. I'm sorry to any Linkara fans on the stream, but like it's just oh god, his videos are so bad. I hate them. But Channel Awesome. It was a mixed bag, but I'll check Bennett the Sage out. Um, people people who recommend old anime, I need more of in my life because I feel like everyone on YouTube in the anime sphere, at least these days, they're all so concerned about like current shows that it's hard to it's hard to find a voice who's going to talk about the old stuff. I'm actually a big fan of that anime Snob. A lot of people hate, a lot of people hate Snob because, like, he's kind of done some questionable things. I don't agree with him on everything, but um, I think he's a fun personality, and I think he has good taste in shows. Um, Snob is underrated, honestly. The thing with him is just that like all of his videos, like he makes so many of the same points in them to where I feel like that could be annoying for some people, but like when I watch his videos, it's I just want to see him talk about something because I like his personality. And the dude's in his like mid to late 40s and he's talking about anime on the internet. It's such a weird thing, like to see this 40-year-old man walking around in his village in Greece, screaming about how chibi reviews and For Never World are ruining our society. Like he's a funny man. um I like him, but in terms of YouTube, I don't think most people talk about the old shows. Digibro started talking about the old shows a little bit. In like early to mid 2018, he was talking about the old shows, but he's kind of gone back to just talking about mostly current stuff, sadly. Okay. Back to the script. Okay. I've how to see because I'm trying to explain like the appeal of dedication and why it's cool. Like thoughts on Chibi reviews. Chibi reviews. I've only watched a few of his videos. He seems just kind of like a standard vlogger. Um, he's good for the people who want to watch his videos, like the people who want to hear about mainstream shonen over and over again. Sure, he's fine for that, but I don't really care about Tokyo Ghoul or whatever shonen he's shilling. Like I don't care about the stuff that he's talking about. And also I don't really like his voice that much. Like he it's kind of a mean thing to say. Like it's a bit because he can't change the way he talks, but like I don't know. I don't like the sound of his voice. Um and I feel like he just repeats himself a lot, which to be fair, I repeat myself a lot too. I'm not throwing shade on him for something that I do, but I just find his videos generally pretty boring. For Neverworld is better. For Neverworld actually has made some good videos, unironically. Like people give For Neverworld shit, but he's done some good things. I think it's inspiring that he's literally signed onto the same label as Drake when he grew up like starving as a kid. So that's pretty cool. It's a very shonen thing to happen, just working as hard as you can until eventually you get to a better place. Okay. It was a testament to dedication. Because I'm trying to explain the appeal of dedication, but like dedication, the reason why people are dedicated to something is because they enjoy it. They want to go all in into something they love, and so the way the way that becomes an even bigger expression of love is that they get super into it, and then they speak in anime language. They use the reaction images, etc. So I'm trying to figure out how I can communicate that idea into words. Because anime is so large, it lends itself to being indulged in fully. For people to dedicate large sums of their life to this medium. And for someone who cares deeply enough about one thing, it can be immensely appealing to see the threads of that thing being sewed all throughout its contemporaries. This sentence is not too bad. Becoming part of the culture and community. Yeah. PP. What are you referring to, Hamster Man? Is it just PP? Is that you've come on here? All right, I understand. You've come on here just to show your dick on stream. Fine, fine. This is acceptable behavior in my community. I can tolerate this. Yeah, becoming part of the culture and community is part of it, but it's also just like being able to see that so many elements of one thing that you like coalesce in all of these other things that you also like. So I'm trying to figure out how to express that into words. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Hamster Man. This entire stream has just been me being extremely frustrated over the fact that I don't have the words to express what I'm trying to in this script. It's it's pissing me off. Oh god, fuck. Come on. Make words onto screen. All right. Also, by the way, Hamster Man, I'm not going to kill myself. Apparently, yeah, that was a thing at one point, um, and it's not gonna happen. There, you have your confirmation. You can stop asking all of my friends now. Oh. All right. Let's see. And for someone who cares deeply enough about that one thing, it can be immensely appealing to see the threads of that thing being sewed all throughout its contemporaries. Okay, so that's a decent sentence, um, expressing the idea. Uh, what's a good example? In Because I could use Monogatari, but I don't like Monogatari. Monogatari is a bad series, so I don't want to use that one as an example. I could maybe possibly Madoka, but I don't think Madoka is that. Lucky Star, yeah, Lucky Star. Thank you. In a series like Lucky Star. Or I mean, even Haruhi. Haruhi's actually a better example. Haruhi and Haruhi. Okay. Haruhi is like or not the pinnacle of what I'm talking about here. I almost said the antithesis, which that would mean the opposite of what I'm trying to say. I have a habit of using that word wrong, where like it sounds right when you're trying to talk about something being like perfect and good, but it's actually the opposite of that. Okay, so, and for someone who cares deeply enough about one thing, it can be immensely appealing to see the threads of that thing being sewed throughout, all throughout its contemporaries. Um, Anime in this context becomes a language of its own. After immersing oneself so much into so much of it, we begin to understand more and more of the underpinnings of that language, thereby leading to commentary we may see in a series like Haruhi. Okay, woo, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. We're kind of expressing that dedication is cool because you can get all of these specific things. Okay. Hmm. Anime appeals to people because it's specific. In no other medium we get a series. How do I could I don't want to be redundant here. I feel like if I just use Haruhi as an example, I would be I would be How do I make it flow into this next paragraph? That's the question. What are you doing, dog? Oh, puppy. Are you being a good boy? Okay. I get distracted by this dog. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, we made that point, which is progress. I need to figure out how to make it flow into the next paragraph. Anime appeals to people because it's specific. Because the medium operates on on because the medium operates mostly of loss in terms of finances. A lot of creators can go ham in terms of releasing. I almost was realizing the most whack shit out there. Yeah, basically what I'm trying to say here is that anime operates on a loss. Most shows don't make back their budget, and so they're allowed to make like hundreds of light novel adaptations that are working off similar tropes because they just do that. Anime is a fascinating industry to me because it's one of the few where they actually get away with that. I think one of these days they're gonna have some kind of like anime stock market crash where you know where they don't where they're not able to make all these series anymore because they've just made so many and all of these companies are just losing money. Oh boy. One day we will see the death of this industry if things don't change. Um But at the same time, lots of shows are good for, fans, people who care about the narrative. Um, I feel like, again, I feel like I'm being extremely redundant. Like other people, that's why back in the 80s and such, most projects were made out of passion, pushing out great innovative ideas. Exactly. Like what's it called? The Urusei Yatsura movie, Urusei Yatsura, Beautiful Dreamer. Like that movie, it was a popular show, but like they made the movie so cool. Like they did not have to do that unless they had passion for the movie. I haven't seen Beautiful Dreamer, but I've seen clips of it and it looks amazing. Looks really good. Um, and then you had like people people at Ghibli putting out stuff like Grave of Fireflies. That's one of my favorite movies. Is Grave of Fireflies. Uh, the guy who worked with Miyazaki, what was his name? Oh God, this is so embarrassing. I can't remember him. Oh God, this is this is so embarrassing. Um, the guy who worked alongside Miyazaki and made his films. He's like one of my favorite directors. How can I not remember this guy's fucking name? This is what I talk about when I say that my memory has gone to shit. Oh boy. Um. Hmm. So much so that that culture of specificity is prevalent among Isao Takahata. Thank you. Oh my god. For some reason, I wanted to say Osamu Tezuka, which is totally wrong. Tezuka was the father of anime. He was not. He was not. He didn't work at Ghibli. Isao Takahata. Isao Takahata is the one. He made My Neighbor the Yamadas as well, which is one of my favorite movies. Anyway, it's refreshing to see a medium about what fans of the medium want from it, so much so that that culture of specificity is prevalent among most of its works. Okay. So basically, I'm saying that it all feeds into itself. That, you know, let me look back through over this. Okay. So I made that point that it all feeds into itself. And so why else do I watch anime other than the sense of community feels good to be a part of because it has those elements. Other reason I watch it is because there's so many different types of shows. Like I can look at I can look at my own, you know, my own favorites list right here. And like, you know, if you look through, you've got a movie about penguins and PTSD, and then you've got Welcome to the NHK about a hikikomori obsessed with anime, which kind of goes back into the entire point of this. Cyber City Odeyo, a cyberpunk movie is what that is. A sci-fi movie about transhumanism, so kind of more of a contemplative thing. A kid's film about little fucking bear things, moonmins, I don't know what they are. Grave of Fireflies, a film, a World War II film where children die. That's the best way I can describe that movie. Space Dandy, everything. I don't know how to describe this show. It just literally is everything. A show about people sitting down and doing storytelling. Rakugo. Again, it's a drama about sitting down and telling stories. You can't get more specific than this. A show about boxing, except it's just like 200 episodes of one character's entire life, and you watch his entire life develop through that show. A show about, again, this is just another case like Space Dandy. It's about so many different things, and coincidentally, Cowboy Bebop and Space Dandy were made by the same guy. So, like, just looking through my favorites list, you find so many different types of shows. Like, of course I love this medium when there's so much variety. So I guess I would just explain variety there. This Okay, that goes to another page, so I'm not ready for that. And even without this referential culture built on communally partaking in our journey through it, anime is so vast and varied that one can become lost in single genres. No other medium allows for 200 episode shows about the life and drama of one boxer, spending over 10 of those in prison. Okay. You could describe them as episodic character-driven shows, I guess. Yeah, that's also the thing, is like in shows like Lucky Star and Azumango Daioh, Penny Pony Dash, those types of shows, like, you know, it's just about watching cute characters. Like, I don't think you would get a show like what's the name of it? Hidamari Sketch, for example, or Yokohama Shopping Log. Like, Yokohama Shopping Log is one of my favorite shows because it's just, you know, two or three episodes about this one cybernetic girl who lives in the countryside and is exploring the life and times of the apocalypse. Like, you're not gonna get something, you know, slow and contemplative, just exploring her life in any other medium. No, you're gonna get fast-paced action, superheroes, woman has sex with Jake Paul, that type of thing. Like, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. You know, I care about interesting things that push boundaries and also are cute. A lot of things I care about are cute, but also very masculine, so I'm all over the place. But yeah. Yeah, interesting thing about Ashita no Joe is that it spends like 10 episodes in prison, and it's really cool because we see Joe, like, spoilers, I don't really think this qualifies as spoilers, but like it's just cool, like, watching Joe sit there and like hit, you know, just fucking punch his wall in prison, and then, like, you know, there's episodes where they have to like chase a pig and stuff. There's just weird stuff that happens while he's in prison. It's really fun. The Ashita no Joe is so good. Oh my god, I love that show. But let's see. No other medium allows for two. While in the exact same medium, sporting 50 episode shows of cute characters having conversations typical to daily life. And then and then having other shows taking the best of both of these elements, of both of these stories, to tell a 2-episode sci-fi story about the daily life of an android in the apocalypse. Okay, this is the last paragraph. This is the most crucial part, dude. This is the part that wraps everything up, you know? Oh boy. Oh boy. I am an anime fan because okay, that sounds kind of hammy. Because there's nothing like anime. To put it, I feel like I should I feel like I should use some words to like wrap this up, to like to like transition into the paragraph. At the end of the day, I watch anime because anime is anime. And you're not going to find anything else that leaves even a semblance of its footprint. I'm gonna put hundreds of hours. Cheers to the next 100. We did it! We did it, Reddit! Oh boy, time to fix spelling errors. But we did it. That's a script. I don't know if the script is good or not, but that is certainly a script that I'll have to edit later. What am I talking about? I never edit my scripts. But we did it. You watched me edit an entire why am I saying edit? You watched me write an entire script. Hopefully you got some enjoyment out of that. I'm not used to writing anything while people are watching me write it. Like, this is, you know, it makes me feel nervous to write in front of other people because I make a lot of mistakes. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. I don't actually know if anyone's watching it still. Yeah, there's only 2 viewers, which I assume is Keith and Brad. But yeah, we finally did it. I guess I can just read the entire thing out. It's always a joy watching you, Outlaw. Thank you. That's really sweet. Yeah, I just, you know, I try to be genuine. And it's YouTube has been a real struggle for me for a long time because, like, there's always that battle, right, of trying to be genuine and trying to you know, do the algorithm and do the views and everything. And like, when I had left, I was just so fed up with the fact that, you know, a lot of my videos, you know, in the past and the present, that I was just so obsessed with the views and with trying to, you know, manufacture this like idea of Infinite Outlaw, and it was just really unhealthy for me. But now that I'm doing it, you know, for fun, like I used to, it's been good. So I'm glad that you're, you know, that you're enjoying, you know, the more unfiltered version of you know, Outlaw, which, I mean, I've always been pretty unfiltered. No, I talk about all this stuff of, like, you know, I've been shilling or whatever, but compared to most people, I barely did anything. It's something I think about, you know. But I'm glad you enjoy it, you know, because this is something that I spent years and years trying to get good at. Now, if you go back through, like, you know, the first of my channel, I was just so confused and, you know, kind of going all over the place with my speech, even more than I do now. And I was just so nervous back then. But I'm glad that I've built the channel into something that people can enjoy. Feed our parasocial relationship. Sure. I'll just keep. I will keep making more Infinite Outlaw YouTube videos to you know, make to give people something to listen to. You know, like. I do think a lot of people shit on the idea of parasocial relationships, but at the same time, I think it's a valuable thing for communication. Like, as long as you realize that it is a parasocial relationship, then I think that's okay. Like, if as long as you're self-aware about that, and then you're just experiencing the media, then I don't see a problem in it the way other people do. Like, if you're watching a Let's Play, for example, and you're listening in to how the two people talk to each other, that's a social experience that you're getting to watch that you wouldn't have experienced otherwise. And because they're recording it, you can have, a more informed perspective on a small part of humanity. It's not a huge part, but it is a section of people that exist, and it's interesting to see that. It's interesting to see that, like, people are different, and people, they have different things to say. And I don't know, I really love parasocial relationships. So, like, the idea, the idea that I'm a parasocial relationship for other people is kind of wacky to me. It's like, wait a minute, I've become the thing that I've been watching all this time. But oh, it does feel nice that people care, that I'm not just ranting into the ether for these words to be forgotten forever, that, somebody out there is enjoying what I'm doing, and that makes me happy. Okay, so it's about time that I read this script so I can have a recorded version of it, for when I edit the video. When I watched, I still don't know how to say Armitage. I'm just gonna say Armitage, whatever. When I watched Armitage 3, there was this moment where when I watched Armitage 3, there was this moment where all of anime kind of made sense. Our investigator waltzed into the main office of the head of robotics to ask him about a case. When pressed for information about the humanoid Type 3 robots, the head of the company told his subservient cybernoid to take a knee for him to sit on. He then goes on a rant about the importance of upholding robotics as a field for idealized and fantastical machines that serve man's most idyllic desires. What was fascinating to me about this scene was how it used the robot as a substitute for the typical anime girl. She's upbeat, kawaii, and everything she says, has simultaneously has a saccharine and sexual tinge. And everything she says simultaneously has a saccharine and sexual tinge. In this anime's world, they portray typical anime characters as being lifeless hunks of metal. Anime has a tendency of commenting on itself in this way. As anime has grown as a medium, its audience has only become more niche. You'll find a litany of references, callbacks, and commentaries all being levied upon the most and least influential shows of our time. If it was even remotely prevalent within the medium, they have a way of shoehorning in a snide or meta remark about it, whether it be comedic or commentative like that scene from Armitage. Okay. This indulgence in what makes anime unique is implicative of a greater movement the medium embodies. When I got onto the internet, seeing people discuss anime was unlike any other community I had observed. Reaction images were almost a social currency, and the amount of shows you saw certainly added to your credibility in the discussion. But this wasn't merely a contest of dick measuring, it was a testament to dedication. Because anime is so large, it lends itself to being indulged in fully, for people to dedicate large sums of their life to this medium, and for someone who cares deeply enough about one thing, it can be immensely appealing to see the threads of that thing being sewed all throughout its contemporaries. Anime, in this context, becomes a language of its own, after immersing oneself into so much of it. Okay. After immersing oneself into so much of it, we begin to understand more and more of the underpinnings of that language, thereby leading to commentary we see in a series like Haruhi. Anime appeals to people because it's specific, because the medium operates on a system mostly of loss. Okay. Because anime operates on a system mostly of loss in terms of finance, a lot of creators can go ham in terms of releasing the most whack shit out there. They exist because a large number of fans. Oh, because a small number of fans, I got it backwards. They exist because a small number of fans buy a lot, and if they don't, it still exists. I should say, and if they don't, anime still exists. And if they don't, anime still exists. It's refreshing to see a medium about what fans of the medium want from it, so much so that that culture of specificity is prevalent among most of its works. And even without this referential culture built on communally partaking in our journey through it, anime is so vast and varied that one can become lost in single genres. No other medium allows for 200 episode shows about the life and drama of one boxer, spending over 10 of those in prison while in the exact same medium sporting 50 episode long shows of cute characters having conversations typical to daily life, and then having other shows taking the best of these stories to tell a 2 episode sci-fi story about the daily life of an android in the apocalypse. At the end of the day, I watch anime because anime is anime, and you're not going to find anything else that leaves even a semblance of its footprint. The medium has provided hundreds of hours of entertainment as well as contemplation to me. Cheers to the next 100. Well, we did it. We did it, Reddit. That's the entire script. Woo! Now I can, apparently the stream fucked up somehow. I have no idea if the stream is still live. Based and well written. Thank you. I appreciate it. It just had me log into the stream again. Did you guys see the full stream or? I'm so confused. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Thank you all for coming out to the stream. And thank you for the kind words, Keith. I really appreciate it a lot. I'll see you all later.